Some perfumes are pleasant, some are pretty, and then there are the wild ones. The scents that don't fade politely into the background. They cling to memories, haunt hallways, and make people say, "Wait, who was that?" These are not safe fragrances. They don't aim to please everyone. They aim to be remembered. Today, we're counting down 10 wild fragrances people won't forget you for. Playful rebels, bold classics, seductive misfits, and scents that leave a mark long after you're gone. Stay until the end, because number 1 is legendary for turning wearers into a scent memory people carry for years. True Religion Hippie Chic. We start wild, but carefree. True Religion Hippie Chic feels like freedom bottled. Easy, spontaneous, and effortlessly fun from the very first spray. Bright fruits open with a playful sparkle. Soft florals drift in gently, settling into a clean, sun-warmed musk that feels casual, breezy, and alive. It smells like laughter and open roads, like road trips, late afternoons, and dancing without checking the time. People remember this one because it feels alive. Youthful, playful, a little reckless. It never overpowers. It charms, then fades softly, leaving behind the feeling that you were simply fun to be around. Betsey Johnson Eau de Parfum. From carefree to unapologetically loud, Betsey Johnson Eau de Parfum is chaos in pink, bold, playful, and proudly over the top from the very first spray. Juicy fruits burst open with sugary energy, layered with sweet, candy-like florals, and a mischievous sweetness that refuses to behave or blend in. It smells bold, flirty, just a little rebellious. People don't forget this fragrance because it announces personality before you even speak. When you wear it, people don't just notice the scent. They remember you as vibrant, confident, and completely impossible to ignore. Juliette has a gun. Now things get dangerously addictive. Is creamy, sensual temptation, a fragrance that pulls you closer without ever raising its voice. Smooth vanilla melts into soft orange blossom, wrapped in a gentle, musky sweetness that sinks into skin and lingers like a second touch. It smells edible, but never innocent. People remember this one because it feels intimate, close, like a secret shared at whisper distance. It doesn't scream wild, it seduces quietly, slowly, and stays in their mind long after you're gone. Animale, Parfums Animale. From soft seduction to pure instinct, Animale is bold, animalic, and completely fearless, a fragrance that leads with instinct rather than restraint. Spices flash first with heat and intensity, followed by florals that add drama and depth, all resting on a deep, musky growl that feels primal and unapologetically alive. This is not modern minimalism. This is old-school power. People don't forget Animale because it smells raw and instinctive, confident, unapologetic, almost dangerous. It turns heads, starts conversations, and leaves a trail people can't stop talking about. CK1 shock for her. From raw instinct to sweet rebellion, CK1 shock for her is dark, creamy, and unexpectedly addictive. Sweet florals melt into warm amber, soft spice, and a velvety richness that feels bold without losing femininity. It smells rebellious, but still sensual, edgy, but wearable. People remember this one because it breaks expectations. It doesn't smell clean. It doesn't smell safe. It smells like confidence with a little danger, the kind that lingers in memory long after the night ends. Elie Saab, Girl of Now Forever. From rebellion to radiant sweetness with attitude, Girl of Now Forever is bright, juicy, and confidently bold, a fragrance that radiates energy the moment it touches skin. Raspberry bursts forward with a playful sparkle, quickly wrapped in creamy almond and soft florals that feel warm, addictive, and effortlessly confident. It's sweet, but never childish. People don't forget this fragrance because it fills the air with joy and undeniable presence. It smells like someone who knows they're being watched and enjoys every second of it. Rumba by Lapidus. Now, we step into vintage heat. Rumba is pure drama, a fragrance that arrives with presence and refuses to fade quietly. Juicy plum opens with dark sweetness, woven into bold florals and warm spice, all wrapped in a thick, sensual heat that feels cinematic, intense, and deeply expressive. This scent doesn't walk, it moves. People remember Rumba because it smells like passion and red lipstick, like unapologetic femininity worn without hesitation. It's unforgettable because it never tries to be subtle. Maja by Myrurgia. From passion to nostalgic intensity, Maja is classic, powdery, and undeniably commanding, a fragrance that carries presence without ever needing to modernize. Rich florals rise first, laced with warm spice and depth, settling into a signature old-world elegance that feels hypnotic, almost ceremonial. People remember Maja because it smells like history layered with confidence, like a legacy worn on the skin. It's the kind of scent that makes people pause and think. She has a story. Timeless, distinct, completely unmistakable. Aromatics in Black by Clinique. From nostalgia to dark seduction, Aromatics in Black is mysterious, intense, and unapologetically moody, a fragrance that feels deep from the very first breath. Dark plum opens with richness, slowly entwined with incense and resinous warmth, creating a shadowy trail that clings to the air and lingers long after you pass. This fragrance doesn't try to be liked. It chooses to intrigue. People remember it because it feels bold, sensual, and just slightly dangerous. It leaves a shadow behind you, and somehow, people want to follow it. Calyx by Clinique. And finally, the unforgettable signature. Calyx is explosive freshness with unmistakable character, a fragrance that hits with confidence at full volume. Green leaves flash sharply at the opening, bright citrus cuts through the air, and fresh florals burst forward with an energy that feels alive and intentional. It smells clean, but powerful, fresh, yet commanding. People don't forget Calyx because it doesn't fade quietly into the background. It cuts through rooms, sticks instantly to memory, and becomes associated with you without effort. A true wild classic, and a scent people still remember years later. And there you have it, 10 wild fragrances people won't forget you for. Some are playful, some are bold, some are dangerous, but all of them share one thing. They leave a lasting impression. Now tell me, which one of these wild scents have you worn, and which one do people still remember you for? If you love unforgettable fragrances, hidden legends, and scents that make memories, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because being remembered is the most powerful note of all.